What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. Today we're reacting to 10 stale WWE stars who desperately need a gimmick change. Now, a gimmick change can make or break a wrestler's career for the better or for worse. And you can have the best physique in the world, but if you don't have a good character or gimmick that the fans can buy into, you're pretty much dead on arrival. And we're going to see what stars WrestleMania deems 10 stars in his personal opinion who desperately need a gimmick change. Comment down below, let me know what are some wrestlers currently in WWE right now that you think are in need of a fresh coat of paint and need a little bit of revamping and stuff like that. But we're about to find out right now and see what WrestleMania has to say.
10 WWE wrestlers who desperately need a new gimmick. Number 10, Apollo Crews. Now, Apollo Crews has been on the WWE main roster for almost a decade, and in that time, Crews has gone through
Apollo Crews had some of his best work of his career when he was during the pandemic era. Like, if you think about him becoming U.S. champion and then becoming the Nigerian prince or whatnot, and he became Intercontinental champion, that was all good. But as soon as, we went back to normal, he pretty much dropped the Intercontinental championship almost to instantly to Shinsuke. So, and he hasn't really been able to recover from that. His whole thing right now is pretty much being a snitch and then getting beaten up by the bloodline and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, he needs something good. He has the look. He was in NXT and he was doing well for himself, and they brought him back up to the main roster. He got into a tag team with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin unfortunately got released, and now he's pretty much stuck in limbo with nothing to do. So hopefully that's something that they can change, because he has the look. It just, they don't book him to do anything important, if we want to be honest. So
various character reinventions and gimmicks, but none of them have truly catapulted the talented star to the next level. Crews had a semi-successful run in NXT before he was recalled back up to the main roster in 2023. Yet Crews returned with no purpose, and when his partnership with Baron Corbin came to an end, Crews was left lingering around without anything to do. Crews urgently needs a new character that lets his abilities shine, and this is something that Triple H and the creative team should put focus on during 2025. Crews has a lot to offer, yet Crews being basically a seasoned enhancement talent is doing him a massive disservice. Number 9, Austin Theory. One of the most frustrating.
And I love Austin Theory, but they do not book him to do anything. And I don't know how long we're going to have to sit here and wait for this long-awaited face turn for Austin Theory. I want to see his face turn, honestly. Like, I don't know what's holding back. I don't know if they're just not ready or if they're trying to wait until a better moment to do so. I don't know. But they've been building this for about almost a year at this point, if we want to be honest. So I think it's long overdue for them to pull the trigger on this. And if you look at the stuff that he does when he's in the meet and greets and hanging out with fans and all that stuff, he's probably one of the most wholesome people that I've seen and stuff like that. And he's just one of the nicest people. I hope that they can play into that and find him as a face, because I think he has the potential to be a top face at the very least. I don't know about the top face, but he has the potential to be one of the top faces in the company. But what they're doing with him is just not it, and hopefully they can change that sooner rather than later.
Storylines in 2024 centered around Austin Theory potentially turning babyface. A babyface turn for Theory was teased time and time again throughout the calendar year, yet WWE just couldn't commit to going all the way with the dissolvement of A-Town Down Under. A Theory at one stage was going to be cemented as a main eventer in WWE. Although it was clear that Triple H doesn't share that vision, the former Money in the Bank holder has a lot of potential as a babyface act. Now, we've seen countless times over the years just how well Theory does when handling media duties or charity appearances. This is a type of ability WWE looks towards when making decisions on who are going to be the top babyfaces within the company. Is 2025 the year in which Theory finally turns babyface? Well, time will tell. Number 8, Braun Strowman. Since returning to WWE, Braun Strowman has been presented as a babyface across both Raw and SmackDown. Whilst the former WWE Universal Champion is great in this role,
the thing with Braun Strowman, and I've said it before, he's cool, but I just don't think his current gimmick fits. I mean, when he was with the Monster Mom, man, I loved it, but this right here is not really doing it for me. Honestly, maybe they can change it. I feel like he doesn't need to turn heel. I think he's better as a face. And even when he was a heel, he got over organically to the point where they had to turn him face. So, hopefully that they can do something with him. I don't know what it is. I know he's facing Jacob Fatu at the time of recording this video on Saturday Night Main Event, which I'm looking forward to, but they need to do something with him, because he's one, they brought him back for a reason, so I would think that they had something planned for him, or they see something in him, so hopefully it plans out.
His monster gimmick has truly run its course, and it's time for him to find something new. Strowman is definitely better as a babyface act, and his wild antics and spots definitely lean more towards a babyface character, yet Strowman is clearly lacking in character development, and this is something that WWE needs to rectify. One of the ideas that's been thrown around by fans is allowing fans to see inwards and allowing the audience to learn more about Strowman and his story. Strowman has been through a hell over the past few years, and his real-life story would actually make fans care about him as a performer. Number 7. Carlito. Carlito's booking since returning to WWE hasn't exactly...
Dude, I literally...
Drive your business forward and make shipping as easy as shopping. Get started with Amazon Shipping.
At Cola Fitness, we offer memberships for as low as $7 a month. You get...
set the world.
Carlito is a human pincushion at this point. This guy is a pincushion. I know he's in the Judgment Day right now. Hopefully this faction does come in, they can all do their own thing, and maybe Carlito can go back to his first gimmick, like in the early 2000s, which I was a fan of when he had the theme song, I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. I was cool with that, but this right here, I'm not. I feel like the thing is, and I get it, we all evolve, so we can't all, do the same character the entire time. Sometimes you want to come up with something new and fresh and exciting, and we've seen examples of people who are able to revamp themselves and come up with different characters like Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho. Even though I'm not a fan of this learning tree gimmick, but other gimmicks he's been able to reestablish himself when he was noticing something was getting stale and came up with new gimmicks time and time again, and I love that. And Carlito, like I said, he's a pincushion. Every time the Judgment Day is having a match and he comes out there to interfere, he and JD McDonough continue to keep taking beatings time and time again. Hopefully that changes.
On fire, Carlito has mainly been used as a side character in the Judgment Day, and whilst at first this acted as passable comedic relief, it's quickly gone stale, and fans are starting to question the point of Carlito in the faction. Despite being one of the most seasoned male stars on the roster, Carlito barely wrestles, and if he ever does lace up his boots, his performances are often met with criticism, as Carlito has dramatically regressed in the ring. Now, whilst his original gimmick was a classic and maybe dated, it was over, and it may be in WWE's best interest if they revert Carlito back to this gimmick before his final WWE run is considered a total failure. Number 6. Finn Balor. Now in December 2024, when WWE formally announced that Finn Balor was the number one
Finn Balor, like I said, Finn Balor for me is one of my favorite wrestlers. Like, the guy still hasn't aged a day, if you want to be honest. He still operates like he's 26 and everything like that, but I don't know what it is. I think what you need to do with him is revert back to his NXT run, his last NXT run, I would say. Like, where he was not a face, but not a heel either. He kind of just blurred the lines of both. And, he was more like a face on the edge. He didn't care if you were a face or a heel. If you were in his way, he did not have a problem trying to beat you and fight you and none of that. He was a take no prisoners type of character, and I like that. I want to see them maybe bring that back and have him do that, and have him, leave the Judgment Day and be able to do his own thing once again. I think, he's been able to shine when he's on his own. I thought when they brought him into the Judgment Day, it would be something new, fresh, and exciting, and would have been a way to help him reach that next level in his career and potentially get back to that world title scene, because now he has people around him. But that unfortunately has not come to fruition. But I hope for real that does change in the near future.
Contender for the world title, not a single fan expected Balor to be successful in his attempts to capture the gold. This was the major issue, as it highlighted just how damaged Balor is as a character, and it was a sign that his persona needs a major overhaul. Balor has quote-unquote been the leader of the Judgment Day faction for several years now, and even though the majority of his work has been great, it's time to do something new with him. Right now, Balor currently lacks credibility and his motivations as a heel are all over the place. There have been calls from fans to see Balor revert back to being a babyface and leaving the Judgment Day behind him, and this could possibly be the best move for his career. The majority of Balor's most exciting feuds and matches have been as a babyface, and seeing that babyface style persona return with an added edge could be the right step forward. Currently, it's unclear whether WWE have any plans to bring back the beloved demon persona, but this will be another welcome step in the next evolution of the inaugural Universal Champion. There are a lot of rumors online regarding the status of Balor's faction, and some fans have theorized that a feud with the Wyatt Six could act as the final nail in the coffin for a stable that has been dominating Raw since 2022. Number 5. Naomi. Now, upon returning to WWE...
I don't know what Naomi's gimmick is, if you want to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what her gimmick is. I know it's like the whole glow gimmick. I know like a couple years ago she had the Funkadactyl stuff with her and Cameron. Then, you know, she had the Team Bad stuff with Mercedes Moné back then, Sasha Banks and Tamina, which was really good. I feel like she really shined when she was doing some heel work. And then even when she, you know, left TNA, she was able to come over with a new gimmick and stuff like that. But I feel like the glow gimmick has still stuck with her even then up until this point still. I hope she can finally get rid of that. And I know with her being in this storyline with the who attacked Jade Cargill angle, if she's one of the people that attacked her, rest assured that she's going to get a new gimmick out of that and probably be one of the top heels in the entire company, if you want to be honest. So
WWE at the start of 2024, WWE fans hoped that the company would try something innovative and different with Naomi. She had been using her Feel the Glow persona for years, but there was something that was missing that was preventing her and the character from reaching the next level. It also didn't help that it was never made clear what the character was beyond a fancy entrance, and this is definitely a factor in WWE not going all the way with her. Throughout 2024, it looked like Naomi was going to turn heel, and this was teased countless times during Alliance.
With Fast Signs, create factory-grade visual solutions.
With Bayley, however, it just never materialized. As things stand, Naomi finds herself in the middle of a storyline with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and due to Cargill being taken out of action, Naomi has stepped into the fold to team with Belair. Now, there have been major rumors that Naomi could be the one behind Jade Cargill's attack, and if this is indeed the case, then it would act as a welcome change of character for Naomi and finally give her something new to do on the Blue brand. Number 4. Omos. Now, Omos has disappeared entirely from WWE.
He just disappeared off the face of WWE, but I know he's in Pro Wrestling or he's going to have the tag team champions over there. Hopefully this could be a way to help him rejuvenate his career. I mean, he's still relatively young. He still has a lot to offer the business. So hopefully they can find a way to use him to the best of his ability. Maybe have him come in, maybe be part of the mid-card scene and stuff like that. I think he still has a lot to offer. Similar to what I said of Austin Theory, he's probably one of the most genuine people that you do come across. You could tell when he's in interviews, and even when, you know, I remember when he had that interview with The Undertaker and stuff like that. It was really cool to see those two just have a great interaction and stuff like that. So you can tell, you can see the real Omos, you know, shine through. And I hope that they can bring that to WWE and let him display that to the audience. So
Television, and he's been forced to work on his internet presence, particularly his YouTube channel, to stay in the forefront of the fans' minds. Almost impressed in featured matches against the likes of Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins, but this wasn't enough for WWE to keep him on television, and Omos was just relegated to making sporadic house show appearances. In early 2025, Omos stepped into Pro Wrestling Noah, and the Nigerian giant managed to win a title on his first night. Omos getting a run in Japan is a smart move, and it looks like his run already is destined to be a success. When Omos returns to WWE programming, WWE should look to explore Omos' real-life personality. He's connected with the fans thanks to his social media content, and his real-life interviews make him seem like the sweetest, most genuine wrestler in the world. In this day and age, a generic big guy just isn't going to cut it, and a little development could go a long way in getting Omos over with the general audience. It's not just the WWE fanbase that has been impressed with Omos, as even the legendary Undertaker allowed Omos a guest spot on his podcast. The podcast appearance was received unbelievably well, and the dead man would later urge WWE to take another look at what Omos could potentially bring to the table. Number 3. Pete Dunne. That was a great move when WWE decided to ditch the Butch persona and allow Pete Dunne to be, well, Pete Dunne again. Ultimately, this has had little to
And
no
I was
benefit.
happy. I was so happy when they changed the name from Butch back to Pete Dunne, because that whole Butch stuff just wasn't it at all. And he's one of the best workers. Like, he's still relatively young. I think he's only like 30, maybe 31, something around there. So he still has a lot to give to the business, and I hope that they actually, you know, invest in Pete Dunne, even if it's not like a world champion, but at least, make him a foundation in the mid card scene, whether it's for the IC title or US, because he has the abilities to put on compelling matches. We've seen him do it with Penta this past week on Monday. Probably it was a great match between the two. I'm looking forward to see where they can go with Pete Dunne from here. But they have him in this god awful storyline with R-Truth, which they need to get away from immediately, because it's not going to do any favors for Pete Dunne, if you want to be honest. So hopefully that they can find something substantial for him to do in the near future.
Benefit to Dunne is outside a fun feud with Sheamus, his character was stale within a matter of weeks, and the former WWE UK champion often finds himself on WWE main event, which is clearly a sign that WWE have no creative plans for him. Dunne is an outstanding wrestler and could be a great addition to the mid-card scene on either Raw or SmackDown, yet he currently lacks any character development. Dunne debuting a new gimmick with his Pete Dunne name should be the move forward, and it may begin to enamor fans towards the popular star. It was reported in 2024 that Dunne was producing matches for WWE Speed, and fans took this as if WWE was slowly fizzling him out as an on-air character, as it's uncommon for wrestlers to pull double duty in this capacity. Nevertheless, Dunne is only 31 years old and still has years upon years left before he even considers retirement.
Wix. One platform, any website. Unlimited creation.
Number 2, Rhea Ripley. Now, some of you ain't gonna like this, but it
No,
made
they're
all the
not.
sense in the world to turn Rhea Ripley babyface. Ripley was incredibly popular despite being a heel, and she had every tool it took to be a top babyface on the women's roster. Whilst Ripley's run as a babyface hasn't been atrocious, the character progression has been abysmal, and fans have urged WWE to do something with Ripley's presentation. Right now, Ripley is presented as invincible, and her character has been in a rut due to a never-ending feud with Liv Morgan. But now with the feud between the two seemingly now in the rearview mirror, then this should mean that Ripley can evolve as a wrestler and as a character, and a slight persona adjustment should be the move forward as WWE heads towards WrestleMania 41. And number 1, The Miz. It's often been said that former WWE champion The Miz is better as a heel as opposed to a babyface. Whilst this may be true, it could be argued that The Miz's finest character work in recent years has come as a babyface during his vastly underrated feud with Gunther. Since that feud, Miz has turned heel and abandoned his former partner R-Truth. Miz is just back to his old ways, and the Final Testament involvement does add an element of freshness to his personality, yet in the grand scheme of things, The Miz currently feels like the stalest he's ever been as an on-air character. Now don't get us wrong, The Miz is still an incredible asset to WWE, and to his credit, his in-ring work still manages to deliver at a high level which speaks volumes in relation to how talented he is. The issue is that WWE have done everything they can possibly do with him, so what's next? The Miz taking on a new gimmick shouldn't be too difficult, and WWE should look to build Miz as this disgruntled veteran who's now going to do whatever he can to reach the top of the WWE once more. But there you have it, folks, 10 WWE wrestlers who desperately...
And I can honestly buy into that. I can honestly buy into the fact of Miz having a character where he's desperate to get one more world championship and everything like that. I think him having that story arc where he's trying to go through everybody that's in his wake, trying to get that world championship, whether if it's against a Cody Rhodes or a Gunther or whoever's champion, during the time that they're building that arc around him to want to go after that and have that motivation for doing it. And maybe his motivation could be seeing John Cena going after that world championship, knowing that, John Cena, it could be retiring soon, and him understanding that he might not be in WWE for much longer either. So he wants to accomplish the things that he has on his bucket list by winning another world championship, maybe even breaking the record for the Intercontinental Championship reigns, because I think he's very close to breaking that as well. So I think only time will tell. I think there's a possibility that they could do something with him. I know he's in this whole faction stuff, and it doesn't really, I don't think it's really fitting him with and stuff like that with the Final Testament. So maybe they can get away from that at some point. Maybe they'll have a blowout feud with Carrie and the Miz or something. We'll see. But comment down below, let me know what wrestlers on this list do you feel is in the need of a gimmick change the most? And if they weren't on this list, let me know who should have been on the list and why. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Road to 800. Ultimate goal we're trying to reach is 10K by the end of the year. When I do hit 10K, I will do a giveaway with one of my lucky subscribers. We'll have the opportunity to win a WWE Championship from WWE Shop. So if you want to be a part of that, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. You can always change your mind in the future. Trying to give you guys daily wrestling content as well. Super kick that like button, helps my channel get pushed across the platform. Superman punch the post notification bell and spear the subscribe button. Takes 3 seconds every day. Those 3 things for me. Helps in the progression of my channel as well. And if you have seen my video with Kicking and Ross, I want to give a special shout out to you, Ross. I appreciate you for having me on the other day and allowing me to be on your channel and having the discussion that we did. It was very inspiring for me and those around me. I very appreciate you for taking the time of your day to have me on. Looking forward to potentially doing more collabs with you in the future, and stuff like that. So only time will tell. But guys that are subscribed to my channel, subscribe to Ross if you haven't already. Dope content creator out of the Texas area, for sure, the Houston area to be exact. Subscribe to him, show him love, and tell him Kicking with Leo sent you. And also comment down below and say thank you, Ross. Thank you, Ross, for allowing me on this channel. So do that for me. It shows my appreciation, and you guys can show your appreciation for allowing him to have me on his channel, because he didn't have to do it, and he took the time of his day to do that. So I want to show my appreciation where I can. But with that being said, you guys, hope everybody has a great rest of your Friday, great weekend to you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.